couldn't believe it. A few years ago, a firefighter friend of mine was first on scene to a barn on fire. After they exhausted the water that they had on the truck, their next step was to use hand tools, shovels, hose, Pulaskis, to dig a trench around the fire. They weren't able to get around it fast enough, and that fire spread into a neighboring field and ended up burning 16,000 acres, destroyed 18 homes, and cost almost $7 million to put it out. All because a fire line couldn't be dug fast enough. I knew there had to be a more modern solution. My name is Jacob, and I created the Blaze Barrier to protect lives and property from the devastation of wildfires. Blaze Barrier is a wildfire defense system. It's easy for homeowners to use and another tool for firefighters on the front lines.
A fire line is to keep the fire from moving, keep it in check, either divert it or slow it down, or even to a degree stop the fire spread.
You simply lay it in the path of a fire, and it forms a barrier that stops the fire in its tracks. And the flame-activated modules release a fire retardant that extinguishes the fire on contact. The powder in Blaze Barrier is the same stuff that's used in fire extinguishers, and it's also 100% biodegradable fertilizer. So it's actually beneficial for the environment and regrowth. Blaze Barrier just closed our first round of financing, led by Avista Development.
We're really excited about our investment in Blaze Barrier. We see Blaze Barrier as an opportunity to get involved in not only preventing the utility side of wildfire ignitions, but also preventing and mitigating the spread of wildfire throughout our residential communities.
A common misconception is that wildfires spread through the treetops. Unless the wind is strong enough, the fire actually moves along the ground. Fire lines remove the vegetation to starve the fire of fuel, but they're labor and time intensive.
So when you see people digging with shovels, you're seeing scratch lines put in, you're seeing those 6-inch lines put in, you're seeing lines refortified once the original lines are put in. So those are the boots on the ground, putting lines in to try to keep the fire in check.
Today, firefighters still dig 18-inch fire lines by hand. It's effective, but very time-consuming. Blaze Barrier is the first solution to innovate on hand-dug fire lines. It increases the width from 18 inches to 10 feet. You can deploy the solution in less than a minute and quickly get out of harm's way. Blaze Barrier requires no digging or special training. You could lay down a 100-foot strip in just 30 seconds. Simply place it where it's needed and it does the rest. Because the modules are only activated by flame, heat and pressure won't set them off. Because of this, you can store it safely and easily in your home or garage. This patent-pending product is made right here in America. Over 6 million homes in the US are uninsurable because of wildfire risk. Maybe that's you. But if you are fortunate enough to get a policy, these won't usually cover the rebuild costs or your personal property. They can't replace photos, memories, or your sense of security after experiencing the trauma of a fire. We're on a mission to keep homes from burning down in the first place.
We got our evacuation notice, like, leave now. We had never thought about fire preparation, anything like that. As you can see, we live on a lake, but it gave us a very false sense of security. Because the planes never came for us that day.
I came across a home that had a product like this down. It would inspire some confidence on our end, knowing that this product or a product like this has a capability of slowing down, if not stopping the fire. As a firefighter, it would be awesome to see the general public have access to products like this.
You could spend $30,000 on a wildfire sprinkler system, but there's no guarantee that you'll have water and power when a fire comes. Sprays or gels are costly, time-consuming, and really messy.
I just remember, like, the power went out before we evacuated. You know, we couldn't run sprinklers. Just never thought that it would happen here.
A garden hose standing there watering your roof as the fire's coming isn't going to do a darn thing. As far as protecting your property, defensible space is going to do it. Once the fire's on the doorstep, you're not going to be able to do much. I'd rather not have people stay back and fight fire. That's our job. It's dangerous enough for us.
Is the Blaze Barrier a cure-all that will stop every wildfire? Of course not. Nature can be unpredictable, and high winds can carry flames and embers past almost any defense. But Blaze Barrier is a proven line of defense and an additional layer of fire security that could save your home during an evacuation. In our most recent controlled burn, a sudden gust of wind increased the speed and size of the wildfire.
What I saw was what I've seen with what wildfires look like in those kinds of fuels. It had an uphill slope with a wind at its back. Really exemplifies the worst case scenarios for your average summer day, and Blaze Barrier stopped that fire in its tracks.
Next time you get that knock on your door to evacuate, take a minute and lay out Blaze Barrier for some extra peace of mind. I believe everyone should be protected by Blaze Barrier, and with your help, we can make that possible. If you're fortunate enough not to live in the line of fire, share this with your friends or family who could benefit from Blaze Barrier. Thank you for supporting our mission to empower families to protect their homes from wildfire.
What if everyone on the street had one of those? Like, would we be in this situation?